Write it down if you wanna change any of those. Darla said he handed the phone to her, I wouldn't, but she said, by letter of the law, I have to talk to him.
Right.
Yeah, it was good.
I was supposed to get him 3
3 hours long.
Oh, yeah.
For kids, high school,
I don't know, I was at about that.
he goes to a training school, so they're.
Yeah, my nephew was
Yeah, this one's a little thing.
Oh,
State movement, big money,
Oh, yeah,
my son out there is the plant manager of the old chemicals. It's like Bailey and Paul.
Oh, wow.
That's where he used to work. He's still out there. He's making big bucks too. Pretty soon they're gonna be.
That's true.
No,
What about
like,
it?
the other increase, the other stuff.
They can stay in their house.
I never.
I think grandma, grandpa, that's great.
Yeah.
So that's another thing.
Oh, well.
And while they're there.
He's gone before.
I didn't think about the other side of the road. But I might have to do it. 400 feet. It needed it.
I guess we're here, you gotta join the party. You guys can sit right in the very front row.
Sorry, boys.
I can go out there, right where I'd rather be.
Oh my God. Plan on it, but I know you'll find it, so I'm not worried. Well, like I told you, I think I'll have a lot of consultants. I'll know what I think about it.
Because he was given one point he cleaned up, it was okay.
Yeah.
We do
Kind of smartened up.
I never thought I was excited around this.
So how do you ever get a 6-foot fence in the front yard?
Well, it's not.
It's right in front of the street front of the farm. You go to
It goes so close to the board and right away to have the
I was thinking about that today.
We want them to stop getting the whole thing up.
Wait a minute.
Did they ever send you a letter?
Bill was our cleaned up for a while, not even.
Sorry, you got tired of Tuesday or you got tired of something. You just have to go back and buy tape for my certification.
Jerry and went over our.
Notebook, that's like their presentation, he normally does.
Everybody's in the car show. What's that? First night. Just nice and everybody outside. Okay, can you guys hear me back there?
Yep.
Yes? Thumbs up? Okay, good. Welcome to the March 19th, 2025 meeting. Please stand for the pledge of allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic which stands one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Heavenly Father, we pray thee to grant wisdom to all who are in authority, that order and justice may be upheld for the benefit of all citizens, and guide them to better serve the people of our community. Restrain those who seek to destroy our government. We ask for divine wisdom to rest upon our leaders to
record, Kurt Doctor, board member, is not present tonight. All other board members are here. Any public input tonight? Approval of the May 5th minutes, 2025. Could I have a motion, please? Second. And a motion and a second. All in favor, signify by saying aye. Aye. Motion carries. Approval of bill payment of May 19th, 2025, voucher number 202-50673 through 202-50781, the total amount of $309,242.90. Can I have a motion, please? So moved. Second. And a second. All in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? Bills are paid. Department heads, Paul Sigmund.
I got no audience tonight, a couple guys here, but, just to keep you a little updated, we, micropaved Hoover Road and Cuba Drive from the Boulevard all the way to Niagara Falls City line, and then Hoover Road from Lockport Road to our border with Lewiston, or Kingsbury, I guess it would be. There also was some crack sealing done, mostly on North Burkle. We paved that probably 5 years ago, so now we're going through and filling it, filling some of the cracks. We finally got the state budget through, and I can't believe they actually gave us some more money. And the CHIPS funding, it ain't much, it's a little over 13,000, but that's better than nothing at all. And they did include our Pave New York, pave our potholes, and extreme weather recovery. So I don't think that's going to do it this meeting. We'll have to do it another one about increasing my budget, my revenue side, and my expenditure side for the paving. Mowing and drainage, I wanted to bring something up real fast. We had a meeting today, and there were some representatives from DOT there. And all of a sudden, they have an attitude now where they only maintain curb to curb, road edge to road edge. I don't know if this means, they said they get calls for Shawnee Road and all that, for, they can't see to get out of their driveways, and why aren't they mowing the ditches and all that. Well, now they're trying to say they're not responsible for that. As far as I know, in every book that I read, yeah, that's their right of way. They're supposed to be mowing the ditches. They're saying it's up to the residents, and most towns should have a code for that. But our town has a code for mowing your lawn, but when it comes to a state ditch, nothing to do with us. The other thing is, on the flip side of that, in our subdivisions, we get calls a lot of times, well, you have an easement in our backyard. You should take care of that. And I explained to them, that drainage easement is just for us to get in there if we have a problem with the line or whatever. They should be keeping them mowed. Problem is, most people get services to do their lawns. They're not going to pay the guy to weed whack a ditch, and they're not going to weed whack a ditch, so that's what happens to get overgrown. And to be honest with you, I know, you could say, why don't you guys go out and mow? There's so many in town, we would never be able to do them all. But the issue is later on, trees grow up, and when we do got to come in and clean them, it's twice the job to get to them. But just so you know, I don't know, the county has kind of like the same attitude about it. They're telling us now, no, we're curb to curb. It's always been I've got some more feelers out to find out some more information on it. I'm going to highway school in 2 weeks, and I'm going to ask them there about, can they legally say they don't have any authority outside curb to curb.
Well, is this the county you're talking about, or the state?
This was the state, but I think the county's starting to pull the same shot. Because I had a resident call me from Lockport Road that wants to pipe his ditch in. I said, the county told him he has to get a permit from the town and they'll take care of it. I have nothing to do with county roads and county ditches. If they don't want to fix them, I don't know what to,
As you know, I don't think your relationship or my relationship is the best with the county. Maybe we should have a meeting with them.
I don't think anybody's relationship's real good with them. I mean, talking with the other 11 highway superintendents, nobody really has a relationship with the county anymore. It's a shame because we used to work hand in hand with them. And it's not, like I said, it's not just the county, it's the state DOT that's now saying they don't know if they're going to get the paving ditch or mowing ditches and things like that. We kind of said, well, if you look in the highway book, that is your responsibility.
Well, Paul, if you feel like meeting with them, I would be glad to sit with you and find out what their plans are.
Okay.
They also, Paul, do you have another piece of equipment you want to put on surplus?
Yes, I do. It's in your agenda. I didn't know if I'm gonna bring it up.
Okay.
It's a, 2008 one-ton dump truck. We were trying to, we had some issues with it, mostly with the, pollution control stuff on it. We got into it a little more, and what it's gonna cost to, it isn't worth putting the money in it to fix it. So we wanna add that to our surplus machinery, get rid of it.
Okay.
Paul, I have a question for you. Explain to me real quick, or us real quick, 30 seconds or less. What is micropaving? It looks nice over a road, what do they actually do?
Okay, you know years ago, they used to call it chip seal, where you laid oil down and you put the number 1 stone down real fine?
Yeah.
Like they did on Niagara Road, Nash Road, everybody complains and yells about it. This is a substitute for that. It's asphalt, it's very fine grit sand, and actually Portland cement is mixed in with it. And it's put down as a slurry, it dries really fast, and it gives you a wear base. It helps seal some, it helps keep the road going for a while longer, because it's gonna fill in some of the cracks. You'll see cracks, it is hard as nails though, once they put it down, because of the Portland cement in it, it really makes it a hard surface. I've extended some roads by lifespan of up to 10 years by putting this down. It all depends on the road, you know.
It's Portland tar and sand.
It's like a sandstone, like a screenings mix almost, is what they use.
Okay, thank you.
It's really nice, like I said, if I could chip seal all the roads in town, I'd love to, but they'd probably just string me up on a flagpole, so I do this instead.
Thank you, Paul. Mark Clark, Water Department?
No report tonight.
Thank you, Mark. Mike Ronaldi is off on personal business. Mike Clark?
No report tonight.
Okay, thank you, Mike. Kelly?
Hi, how are you? So, tentative roll is done. Tentative roll is done, there's a link on our webpage, the front page, to the 274 change of assessment notices, and so far the change, I mean, this is just tentative, it's not final, but we added $11,541 to the tax base.
Any questions, Kelly? Thank you, Kelly. John, you have anything for us tonight? Okay. I want to thank the constables. Where you know, last week we had the ribbon cutting for the Greenway Trail, and the constables provided traffic control, which was very helpful. General engineers, Tim Duper.
No report.
Good evening. All we have this evening is a planning board report, and it's excuse me, from our last 2 meetings, one of which, April 16th, was canceled due to lack of agenda items. So our only meeting I have for you this evening is the May 7th meeting. And at that meeting, the first item was a site plan special use permit for JV Automotive Center. The applicant proposes to construct a new 7,800 square foot building at 6525 Walmart Road. Building will be used for motor vehicle sales and service. Project will include construction of an asphalt driveway, parking lot landscaping, site lighting, and site utilities. Town water is available at the site. Sanitary sewer service will require a connection to the Niagara County Sewer District #1 system on the far side of the road. Site is zoned industrial 2 and falls within the airport zone 1 overlay district.
And then you're putting the microphone up to your, there you go, so everybody can.
Can you be louder? Okay. I can't tell if I'm like, usually, okay.
There you go.
So new or used motor vehicle sales and service is allowed in the industrial zoning district with the use of a special use permit. Planning board discussed items to be addressed such as proximity to the airport runway, utilities, site lighting, drainage, and the extended list of agencies that will be involved with review of the project. This is actually right next to where the landing lights are, right at the end of the runway. The planning board scheduled a public hearing for a special use permit for their June 4th meeting at 6 p.m. The planning board also declared lead agency status and began a coordinated review under seeker. No other action was taken. The next item was a sketch plan for, I use the same number, it's a different automotive center, but it's right down the street from JV's. This applicant proposes to construct a 6,000 square foot storage building at 6639 Walmart Road. The owner would use one of the 4 bays of this building, while the remaining 3 bays would be rented out. The site is again zone industrial too, and is in the overlay district, but this one's in the airport potential impact area. Commercial storage is allowed in the industrial zone with a special use permit. Planning board discuss items to be addressed, such as setbacks, current uses of the site, utilities, and requirements of the overlay district. No action was required or taken. The final item at that meeting was a site plan for Mark's Room and a storage building. The applicant proposes to construct a 48 by 30 pole barn at their existing facility on 102nd Street. The site is zoned industrial 1 and falls within the Love Canal Overlay District. The building would be used to store screened soil and won't require any utilities or power. The site fronts on 102nd Street, and setbacks were adjusted based on this frontage. Limited topography was provided, and a grading and drainage plan was reviewed. Planning board tabled the project until the next meeting while setback questions were resolved. No action was taken. So those are our last one meeting that we had agenda items for. Any questions for news?
Anybody have anything?
Yeah, I know last meeting or 2 meetings ago, I mentioned about the zip drive requirement
Mhm.
that the planning board puts in some of their, meeting minutes or whatever these, they're still putting it in there. The last page for the Mark Cerrone, pole barn, it says they need a zip drive and
It was from a previous review result. They usually don't go back and change things that were previously issued on there, Larry.
yeah, this was the May 2025.
I can assure you, everybody understands that it's a USB drive and not a zip drive.
I know, but I don't want, technically, I don't want anybody to come back on us with a requirement that can't be fulfilled.
The planning board is very, very clear at their meetings about that,
Okay.
and I am too. And that's really the only way they give us their information.
Yeah.
So,
Appreciate it. Motions, Matt Brooks.
First motion from Highway Department is also authorize the request of Paul Seaman, Highway Superintendent, for the Highway Department purchase of a stump grinder for Bobcat skid steer through bid NYS OGS contract number PC 69396, Group 40625, award PGB 22792, in the amount of $10,532.68 to be paid from Highway Department's 2025 equipment budget line.
So,
In a second, all in favor, signify by saying aye.
aye.
Opposed, motion carried.
Motion from the Highway Department to authorize the request of Paul Seaman, Highway Superintendent, to declare the following items surplus and put on auctions international will be sold to the highest bidder. A, 2008 Ford one-ton dump truck upon receipt of bids, the town board must approve the winning bid prior to completion of the sale.
So moved.
Second.
Motion in a second, all in favor, signify by saying aye. Opposed, motion carries.
Next motion from the Recreation Department, be it resolved to authorize the request of Mike Ronaldo, the Recreation Director, to hire summer seasonal help. Summer seasonal help of Allie Tober, Sarah Van Dyke, Katie Mack, Claire Foster, Lila Mansour, Mackenzie Bolinger, and Christine May at the Youth Center for summer camp at a rate of pay and terms pursuant to the job specifications of the Department of Seasonal Help and pending approval of human resources in the United County for Oakland Township.
So moved.
Second.
Our motion second, all in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carried.
Next motion from the Board of Directors, be it resolved that this town board is hereby approved and authorize the supervisor to sign the proposed letter dated May 9th, 2025 from Drescher and Malecki LLP for financial audit services for the year ending December 31st, 2024, at a fee not to exceed $20,750 with an option to renew for the year ending December 31st, 2025, at a fee not to exceed $21,650.
Second. Motion and a second, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried.
And we have no further motions.
All right, board members, Larry Elway.
Just one item, I think I sent all the department heads an email about the town's, website. Right now it's repeal.ny.us. New York State, I guess, has told all governments with populations, I forget what it was, over 1,500 or something, with a population over a certain size, which we fit that criteria, we have to change to a .gov. I've started the process. I know Paul was questioning whether we have to buy all new business cards and everything. The old email addresses are gonna work forever, but we're gonna get the new extension .gov. And I'm not quite sure how it's gonna be yet, whether it's gonna be wheatfield.ny.gov, that's what I'm shooting for. But if they won't let me put that extra period in there, it could be a Wheatfield NY, it could be a Wheatfield dash. I have to see what the, people that are governing the naming restrictions on, websites, see whether we can do that. If we can, I'll let everyone know. And what that's gonna mean is, Link will make sure that all of our email addresses will take both, what we currently have and the new one. So over time, when we get new business cards or something, people will get changed over to the .gov. The old website will still work, and over time, people will know that we're at .gov and they'll start using it. But it'll point to both. And I'll let you know when all that happens, but right now we're still working on all the logistics of getting moved over. Any questions?
Joe Doucette.
From St. John's Fire Company, they would like to add Peggy Bauer as a supporting member, Penny Conroy as a supporting member, Debbie Doucette as a supporting member, Ryan Dorzansky as a supporting member, Catherine Langdon as an active fireman, Landon Sabo as an active fireman, Ben Majewski as an active fireman, and they would like to remove Wayne Herman, Ed Tupper, and Alfred Hedenberger from the roster as they're deceased. And that's all I have. And I'll make that motion.
I'll second.
Second, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. That's it, Bill?
That's it.
Kurt is not with us tonight. Randy, what do you got?
I'm not.
Just a couple things here. Last week we had the Greenway Trail ribbon cutting, was well attended. And, it's finally here, the opening of the trail along the shoreline trail along Wheatfield. So, it was really great to have it there. Megan, thank you for your help. Appreciate it. Also, this, Saturday coming up, Paws of Wheatfield, is having their ribbon cutting, and that's the old John Deere dealership on Cuba Drive, and I've stopped there several times, and it's amazing what they do for anybody who loves animals, what they're doing for our community. It's very impressive what they're doing. Also today, we opened up our refuse bids. We had one decline and two people that did bid, and right now the bids are being reviewed by our budget director and Niagara County before we make the final award. And that's all I have. Any public input? Next meeting is June 2nd, 2025, at 7 o'clock. Can I have a motion to adjourn?
Second.
All in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion carried. We are adjourned. Thank you for attending, folks.
They're not even caging it. They're not in it. It's just kind of weird. Yeah, once they're taking, they have like their part of their business is they're doing grooming and selling other stuff and that. They do a lot of adopting through, but they're not selling anything back there. In that front set. Yeah. There's nobody in there. In fact, they invited us all to show up on Saturday. Just an hour ago. That could be around. They invited, they called us, or sent emails to us and said, hey, we want you to be there. And the ceremony. My job is
Actually, there isn't, there's no board meeting, there's no one there.